There we go. Good afternoon, Democrats. My name is Jared Deck. I live in Norman, Oklahoma. I am a former Custer County chair and a former Cleveland County secretary. And I am here today guest hosting for our fantastic ODP state chair, Alicia Andrews, who is on a well-deserved and much needed, I'm sure, vacation after our reconvention. I want to start out today truly thanking our chair and our party staff. We have a wonderful group of staff members at the ODP office, along with our central committee, for the work that they put in. Really making sure that this reconvene happened, making sure that all of the logistics came together on time at the right time. And these are not easy jobs, but we've got great people willing to participate, as well as all of the people statewide who have put in the time, all of our party activists and our county officers, who have really put in the time to make sure that the convention happens, and we get our precinct officers and we get our county officers and put together the state infrastructure for the Oklahoma Democratic Party. So thank you all very much. I want to take a quick note. I want to make sure that everyone is very, very well aware that our state party website, okdemocrats.org, now has a place where you can register to vote. So if you have moved or you need to switch, maybe let's say from Republican to Democrat, okdemocrats.org has a big button right there on the front page in order to register to vote. Whenever you register, the party then sends you a pre-filled registration form along with an envelope and a stamp for you to sign the registration form and then send it in to your county election board or the state election board yourself. Also, on our state party website, we have a link to the vote by mail portal. So if you would like to put in an absentee ballot request, you can do that at okdemocrats.org. And speaking of that, a lot of communities around the state have an upcoming vote here on August 10th. And if that's something that you have coming up in your community, today is actually the last day to apply for vote by mail for an absentee ballot. So if you can get that done, you can go to okdemocrats.org today, hopefully here within the next half hour or so, and that will be accepted, and then you will be sent one. However, we do want to make sure that everyone's aware that at this point, if you're just now applying for an absentee ballot, after you receive it and you fill it out, you will likely need to deliver it in person because it will be too late here in a few days to mail that back in and get your vote counted for the August 10th election. So just to go back over that, okdemocrats.org, you can register to vote. You can sign up to, you can also click on the link to sign up for vote by mail. And there is an election coming up for some communities on August 10th. The absentee ballot request is due today, August 3rd. So you will need to get that in pretty quick. And then also, like I said, we are encouraging everyone to hand deliver their ballot in. And speaking of ballot and ballot initiatives, right now we've got a very important, vital ballot initiative that my friend Joshua Harris Till talked about yesterday on this live. Vote no on 816. If you haven't heard about it, House Bill 1674 is what many people would refer to as the anti-protester bill. It basically removes liability for motorists in certain situations. This bill is awfully broad. We're very much in fear of the unintended consequences, and to be honest, even some of the intended consequences of this bill. But we have an opportunity with this referendum petition to get this bill put back on the ballot and to make sure that Oklahomans have a voice, not just radical, radical conservatism at the Capitol should not be making every single decision for the people of this state. And we believe thoroughly that if the people have a choice, that they will see that the common sense behind this bill or behind this veto referendum is where it's supposed to be, is within the mainstream of Oklahomans' thought. But we also need more pop-up locations of folks who are who are gathering petition signatures. We've had a lot of volunteers all across the state doing amazing work. Particularly Joshua and Michelle, who are working on this full time, basically. And so we need more of these. I can say if you live in the Norman area or around Norman, in Cleveland County or surrounding area, I'm actually putting on a day of action this Saturday at Lions Park from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that's just one of several of these pop-up events that are happening around the state. But we need you. We only have 3 weeks to get the 60,000 signatures that are needed in order to get this placed on the ballot. So that is a vital thing that's happening right now. And getting those signatures kind of leads me into what I want to talk about next. As Democrats, I believe that our role and our values are to advocate equity, equality, and justice for every community, and every neighbor, no matter where they're from, no matter what they look like, no matter whom they love. That is our job. That's our role in society. Our role is to make a tangible difference, to help improve our neighbors' lives in a tangible, meaningful way. And we've got to do that by listening to our neighbors, meeting them where they're at, and just doing what's right. And speaking of doing what's right, I want to talk about Governor Stitt and what he's doing, or more about what he's not doing when it comes to COVID protections in this state. Right now, and over the past several months, our governor has been passing the buck, avoiding personal responsibility to lead in this state. Here's what we've heard from Governor Stitt lately. Number one, President Biden, it's his fault that there is a Chick-fil-A sauce shortage, which is just ridiculous in light of everything that we've been facing as a state and as a nation over the last year and a half. He's been disrespecting tribal sovereignty. He's been signing unconstitutional bills, getting the state into frivolous lawsuits, and Oklahomans are paying the price. Our chair, Alicia Andrews, just made a statement on this past week. Oklahomans are paying the price for our governor's personal irresponsibility to lead our state. I'm from a rural community, folks. I grew up on a farm. I heard the term personal responsibility my entire life, but I want to see it. I want to see it put into action. And we need serious leaders in our state, people who value science, who value compassion, and put human interests above special interests. Because in our state right now, lives are literally at stake. So it's on us as individuals, as communities, and as a state government to do what's right. And that's really what I want to talk about today. I want to say a big thank you and a big shout out to our House Democratic Caucus, who's put out major statements, as well as our state party, asking Governor Stitt to redeclare a state of emergency and give our local governments the opportunity to make decisions themselves for what's best for their community, for their organizations. Right now, an elementary school not being able to have a mask mandate. It's ridiculous, number one. But number two, it's just completely irresponsible. There is an opportunity here for our local communities to do what's right. And that's what we're asking from Governor Stitt. That's what I'm asking. I know that's what the House Democratic Caucus is asking. And I know that that's what our chair and our state party is asking for. We just want our governor to. I want to thank everyone for showing up today. I want to thank you for watching this, whether you're watching it live or you come back later and watch these at another time. Thank you very much for your participation, for your action, your activism. We have to do tangible things to make a difference in our community. We're at a point right now in our state where a pat on the back and a pat on the head will not make a difference for our neighbors' lives. So let's do the work. Let's do what it takes. We have our leaders. We know the situation we're in. Let's do what's right, folks. Once again, I want to thank our state chair, Alicia Andrews, and our state party staff for the work that they've done on the reconvention and helping make sure that we have an infrastructure in place. I want to thank all of you who are out there doing the work statewide, running your county parties, running your precincts, helping candidates, and helping ballot initiatives across the state. I want to remind you once again, real quick, that there is an election in some communities coming up on August 10th. And today is the last day to request a vote by mail application. And also make sure if you get that today that you hand deliver that. We are encouraging folks, if you are able, to hand deliver your absentee ballot back to your election board so that we make sure it's counted. I also want to just say a big thank you big shout out to my Cleveland County Democratic Party. We have a fantastic organization and a fantastic time. And I always like giving them a shout out. But thank you all once again. And remember, like we've said, and we know this because we're living it every day, we need serious people. And if it won't be our governor, it has to be us. We all have to come together, work together, and do this job and make sure that our communities are safe and make sure that our neighbors can see a tangible, meaningful difference in their lives. And that's our personal responsibility as Democrats.